Okay guys, Sunday the 11th of March and we're on Australian dollar, US dollar. So with this video this week, it's going to be a little bit different. We're still going to do the analysis. We're still going to go through the zones for day trading the week ahead. I'm also actually going to do a little bit more analysis of the price action movements from last week, but unfortunately this is going to be one of, if not the last Sunday analysis videos for Australian dollar, US dollar. As I've started to dial back my own trading on this market, I don't really like reviewing markets that I don't trade as much myself. I don't like starting to give advice to people if it's not something I'm actually going to be doing in the trading week ahead. So yeah, it's going to be one of probably the last Sunday analysis video for this market, if I'm being honest. Hopefully you've enjoyed them. I've enjoyed certainly interacting with lots of you in the YouTube comments below the video, also through the emails. What I'm likely going to do is replace this Sunday analysis video with a different market. Now, I've not decided which one really, but there's been a few different ones that have been thrown at me repeatedly, over the last several months. It's most likely going to either be Euro US dollar, potentially another index like the DAX, dare I say it, potentially a crypto market, because that is the one that I get bombarded with at present through email. I've not really decided yet. I'm going to start looking at the markets. If you've got any opinions, suggestions, or anything that you want to see, you can comment down below and I will have a look. But yeah, it's going to be most likely the last Sunday analysis video on Australian dollar, US dollar. Okay, so let's get into the analysis of this market anyway. What I'm looking at is, first of all, the market came down and tested our key levels of support. One here and one right here. Now, when a market comes down and tests that very key support, it's very often you're going to see at least some sort of a reaction. We've had a bullish reaction. However, what I'm also looking at is this strong wave down that we've had. Like so. The market has, you can actually take into account the pins also. Let's take the pins. Really around about here. On this strong wave down, the market has been holding on a bearish trend. Now down at the bottom, we also found a little bit of support. Like this. So what we're potentially looking at is the market coming down, following a trend line, bearish trend line, and also then finding support, starting to squeeze into a descending triangle. The market is just starting to attempt to break above that trend line or those trend lines and also the MA200. So potentially, this is giving us a clue that the market is starting to look for another bullish movement. So let's get rid of these segments. Just giving us a little clue. Doesn't mean it's going to happen as yet. What we're going to do is we're going to go through the zones and basically how I would be watching them for this to happen. So really it's 7870. Sorry, sometimes I'm going to say 6 instead of 7 in the thousands. I do so many of these review videos, the numbers get jumbled in my head. 7870 down toward 7850. Right here. This remains key resistance. It's really if we start breaking up above this level, the market is then starting to give us the clue that potentially it's starting to look as though we're going to see another bullish run up. Actually, we're going to bring this down ever so slightly to take into account that very strong spike up from the 6th of March. So it's really around about 7840 to 7870. See, I said 6. Good level of support. If we start to break up above, remains strong resistance. If we're breaking up above, really, it's very likely we're going to see a test up toward the round number 7900 down toward 7890. Again, good level of potential resistance if we start to break down there, break up there. If we start to break up above, it's again another good level of potential support. We then really start to expect a move up towards 7930, up into really 7942. So the market, if it starts to press up toward that level, again, it's a good level of potential resistance to watch for those bearish reactions. Now, the reason for that is because it's such a strong swing. So even if we are starting to break up above that trend line, it's still worth watching at that area. Now, if we start to break up above there, then really the market is looking a lot more bullish. But at present, still a little bit neutral until we start to get further price action evidence of the break of this trend line. So this one, first of all, key resistance, if we start to break up above, press higher. Again, resistance breaks up above for bounces, resistance breaks up above for bounces. Down below, we have, well, really very key support levels. We've already went over these ones quite a few times previously. Let's make it a little bit smaller and we'll look at the levels. Really, 7,730, the test, the test, the test, the test, all the way down to 7,714, a little bit lower, 7,710. That's a very key level of support. Up above 7,755 down to 7,745. Key support, previous test, giving us the clue that buyers are interested in this level. Again, up above, we have more very strong support. 7,770. This is why we're starting to look at this market as potentially looking to turn a little bit more bullish. We're creating very strong levels underneath. Up to 7,785. We also have 7,790 up into 7,800, the round number. Key support for potential buys on the way back down. It's really if we start breaking down below this at 7,755 to 7,745, market starts to look a little bit more bearish, but really it needs to get below 7,730, 7,710, and really that level at 7,690. If we start to break down below there, I then start to expect a stronger bearish movement down toward really 7,640. Okay guys, so that is everything for this week. As always, I hope you found that helpful. As I mentioned, it's going to be probably the last video. If you do have any suggestions, certainly of the ones that I mentioned, comment below the video and I will have a look. Hope you all have a good trading week next week. I'm James Orr and thank you.